Okay, here's a big concept to chew on. These terms we often use, sex, gender, and sexuality, are just descriptors, words that name things, terms, symbols. We need words so we can communicate. It seems we're made this way. Naming's what we do. But a map isn't the territory, nor is a word the thing it names. Likewise, a word doesn't determine or create the thing it names. For instance, the word sex is an attempt at naming a possible connection between physical anatomy and human potential for procreation. The words male and female were for a long time used to describe two of the many sets of anatomy that prepare humans to reproduce if they choose to. Likewise, the word gender names a whole range of ways of being and expressing our embodied self. However, scientists are discovering what many of us have known all along. There are more than two ways to have a body, and there are more than two ways to have a gender. The myth of two genders arises from the idea that all bodies can be easily separated into clear categories of either male or female, and that our gender reflects our body parts. Our words reflect this oversimplification, but people are more complicated than words. Gender norms are culture-bound and have varied through time. Anatomy and chromosomes aren't gender destiny. Intersex and trans folks prove bodies come into being along a continuum, and love and sexuality have always been more wondrous and complicated than anatomy or words about gender. These words we use are just descriptors, tools for communicating. And as we begin to understand more about sex, gender, sexuality, and one another, our language has to shift too. Words aren't destiny. They do not create the things they name. We've turned our words into myths about what makes people people. But we human beings and the God who made us are so much bigger than can even be captured in static language.